Have you ever had a conversation with someone and felt as though you weren't heard or that your points were misunderstood? Well, today I'm going to discuss the benefits of effective communication, and I'm going to share a few ways to better express yourself. Don't go away.
Rose-colored glasses, take one.
Hi, I'm Angel Logan, and thank you for joining me today on Rose-Colored Glasses with Lord and Lady Logan. If you're new to our channel and you want to watch some of our previous shows, or you're a current subscriber trying to catch up on episodes that you've missed, you can search us on YouTube by typing at Rose-Colored Glasses-Logan, going to the hashtag Rose-Colored Glasses, or type the following web address into your browser: youtube.com/@rosecoloredglasses-Logan. When I was growing up, my dad was always talking to me about communication. Now, as a teenager, it kind of drove me crazy because I just didn't get it then. But today, as an adult, I understand that he just wanted me to learn how to interact with people in my life so I wouldn't have any problems as an adult. So, what is effective communication? Well, it's being able to mutually share information and express ourselves with another individual in a clear and understandable way. When we're interacting with other human beings, it makes perfect sense that we should know how to have a respectful and productive exchange with another person, right? Virtually everything we do in life requires some form of communication, whether it's verbal or nonverbal. And this is what enables us to make things happen in our world. It doesn't matter what type of person you are, a leader or a follower, a teacher or a student, a parent or a child, or an employer or employee. So what are some of the ways that you can express yourself better when communicating with another? Well, think before you speak. Quite often, things are miscommunicated or misunderstood simply because we didn't take a minute to compose our thoughts before saying the first thing that came into our minds. Taking those few moments to think first helps us to be more accurate, thoughtful, and kind. Say what you mean and mean what you say. The more confident and concise we are when we speak, the more credible and understood we'll be. Sure, it's fun jazzing up our words with all of the other details, but sometimes we tend to stray from the original topic, leaving the listener completely confused, especially if we forget our original points. It's better to get to the point with conviction and save the more colorful details for later. Don't expect others to know what you're thinking. Most people are not mind readers, and if you don't say exactly what's on your mind or how you're feeling, your friends, loved ones, or even coworkers won't know, and they'll be forced to guess based on your actions. And if your actions change occasionally, it could leave the people around you completely confused, causing them to draw the wrong conclusions. Telling people how you feel or what you're thinking is the best way to make sure that everyone is on the same page. Stay tuned because I'm going to share a few other aspects of communication, and later on in this episode, I'm going to give you a different perspective to consider, one that could transform how you interact with others at work and in personal relationships. Communication is more than just talking. It's also listening, because this is a way that we are connecting with one another. If we're always thinking of what we want to say next, then we aren't fully listening or truly hearing what the other person is saying to us. And we might miss important information, or we might respond with answers that aren't relevant to the topic at hand, making the other person feel as though what they have to say isn't important or that they aren't valued. The most meaningful conversations are had by two individuals who are sharing thoughts, exchanging ideas, finding common ground during a conflict, and discovering new things together, because each person is listening to the other and validating what the other is saying. I know that I've been guilty of not always listening carefully, because I might be excited to share some of my ideas with the person who I'm talking to. But this is something that I've tried to be conscious of, because my thoughts are not any more important than anyone else's. And again, if I want the conversation to be meaningful or even achieve a mutual goal, it's important that when we talk, we also listen. Have you ever had conversations with others while they're looking at their phones or watching TV, and they always say, "It's okay, I'm listening"? Well, just because they might hear you and can repeat the words that you've said, it doesn't mean that they're fully engaged in the conversation. Paying attention and focusing on the person who is talking to you is another way to effectively communicate, to show that person that you care about what they're saying. So turn the TV off, pause it or mute it when someone's speaking with you, and also put away your phone. There isn't anything on your phone that can be more important than the conversation that you're having with someone, especially if that's someone that you care about or love. Above all else, communication should never be used as a weapon to achieve a desired result, whether you're using words to harm another or choosing silence as a way to punish someone. Without communication, there's nothing left to connect us personally or professionally. In business, if you can't communicate with a colleague, client, or customer, how can you reach your professional goals, provide good service, or function cohesively? The quality of your work environment in public or behind the scenes will make or break a business. And anything can be resolved or achieved when people are talking and listening to each other. The same applies for personal relationships. It's easy to go silent when there's some type of conflict. Maybe because you're angry or because you want to get the other person to respond or react in a certain way. But this usually makes the situation much worse, because this type of silence, even for a short time, can be detrimental, leading to misunderstandings, more conflict, and ultimately ending relationships. When there's a problem at work or at home, this is the time when communication is essential. Yes, actions can speak louder than words, but the most appropriate course of action will be determined by acknowledging the issues with words, discussing the impact on everyone involved, figuring out what caused the problems, and mutually creating a plan for how to resolve them, even if it's just agreeing to disagree. The words spoken during a conflict can make all of the difference if both parties are willing to meet each other halfway. We can't always have the same viewpoints, but when we're willing to talk it out and truly listen to each other, the business or personal relationship has a much stronger chance for success. Okay, are you ready for this? Communication is not about you. The most influential communicators are not focusing on themselves. They're focusing on those who are listening to make sure the other people are feeling understood and appreciated. The best teachers aren't just reciting information from a textbook. They're engaging with their students to make sure that they're learning and understanding, not just hearing a bunch of random facts. Proving your point does not make you win anything in a conversation. It just devalues the other person's point, and nothing can be gained if the other person feels small or disrespected. Our egos can't be the driving force behind what we have to say. Otherwise, we're really just talking to ourselves. And just because you don't share the same viewpoint with someone else, it doesn't make either of you wrong. It just means that each of you may have a different yet valid perspective. You can share your side of things while respecting the other person's position. And if you put more energy into building and strengthening the relationships that you have with other people, speaking with others instead of talking at or over them, and making a commitment to always address any issues or conflict that may arise with a calm mind, your communication skills will transform into something absolutely amazing. We want to hear from you. In the comments section below, tell us one of your tips for effectively communicating with others. Thank you for watching. If you click on more in the description section below, right above the comments, you'll find links and information about our channel and today's show. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel if you're enjoying our show, and we hope that you'll visit again to take a look through our rose-colored glasses. Until next time.